And so our catering is out of this world. Our catering gives you an experience that you've never experienced before. We've done stuff for Bill Gates. We've done stuff for Bill Cosby. We've done stuff for Robert De Niro. We've done stuff for the Burton brothers, Unlimited Vince Carter. So the skills and the ability to give you what you want is right there. Just come to Flight Cafe and check us out.
Hey, thank you for coming on the line today, taking time out of your schedule to speak with us. And thank you for sticking to your guns and be safe out there, man.
Hey, no worries, man. No worries. I appreciate y'all.
I'm coming for the wings, brother.
Hey, the jerk wings popping off tomorrow.
I'm coming to pick them up tomorrow.
Okay. Y'all be good, all right?
You don't play around here, buddy.
All right, man. Y'all be cool. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right,
chef.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my man, Chef, from the Flight Cafe, 400 Airport Road, Greenville, North Carolina. Go check him out. Yo, tell him Nine Wings Podcast sent you. Ask for the Willie B steak sandwich or the Big Bougie fish sandwich, and he going to hook you up. Look, man, I love chicken, but I ate this man's fish sandwich the first day I was working at the airport, and I had tears running down my face. I mean, it was. Why? I wish I had one. I wish I had a sandwich here so you could just hear me.
Sandwich is so good.
It's like I didn't want no other fish sandwich. Everybody was talking about that chicken sandwich at Popeyes. I was trying to figure out how to get a calf fish sandwich. I ate so many of them. Now it's known as the Big Bougie fish sandwich. So let's keep it rolling. I got a couple more songs, but what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take a pause.
You had that Michael Jackson's tone in your head when you had that when you built that fish sandwich. You're like, whoa.
One right here sound like Michael and Maxwell.
Oh,
just in love, just looking at my coworkers like the doggone sandwich, mine, it's mine. He was like, "Yo, let me taste. It's mine, it's mine." Like, you know how it be when you get something good. It's like when you get something good, everybody wants to taste.
Just a taste.
And you got certain coworkers. I didn't have those, but I've been places where they want to come touch it, and man, if you touch my sandwich,
that's a punch in the face.
Well, because I'm fat, that's what they automatically think I'm gonna do. So what I usually do is make them it's your sandwich, you paying me for it. Like, I don't know where your hands have been, especially now with Corona. We can't even play this game no more. So now, Will told you in the beginning about the Legos burning his brakes. I gotta tell you what burns my brakes.
Oh, please tell me what burns your brakes. Oh, I got one too. Let me see if we're on the same page with this.
What burns my brakes is fast food.
Preach on, brother. Preach on.
Now, if you know me, you know I love McDonald's coffee. I have a fetish for it.
Boy, he has a fetish for the McDonald's coffee.
Now, let me clear my throat. Because we're about to go in. Let me explain to you how much I love this coffee. Now, McDonald's does not, well, they did give me, I had a little promotion thing with McDonald's. So let's talk again, McDonald's. But the way to make a Big Bougie coffee is 12 sugars and 3 creams.
12 sugars
and 3 creams.
3 creams.
That's it. Okay. Over the years, I've come to conclusions about fast food workers. Now, before I start this, I must say there was an older lady in the McDonald's in Ayton yesterday. Her first time there, I gave my order. I came around and paid my money to little Miss Jessica. How you doing, Jessica?
Jessica.
When I rolled up and I didn't see my friend Zante in the window, I got a little scared. And I seen a new lady. I was like, oh no.
They done messed up the order.
So when she gave it to me, I said, did you put 12 sugars in it? She says, yeah. So because sometimes they mess the creams up and the cream machine sometimes gives out more, I just get 3 cream packets. So she said, yes. I put my 3 cream packets in. I got home. I walked into the studio. I started working on a beat. And I tasted the coffee. It was perfect. Now, I got to go back 48 hours because I had to skip a day because I was so upset. I go in. There's a new Latino manager. I don't know her name. She's beautiful though. Beautiful to look at. Beautiful woman. But
you say "ay papi"?
No, she looked like she could. She looked like she could. But she messed my coffee up 4 times in a row.
Say what?
She didn't even put the sugar in. She just threw sugar in a bag and a couple creams, not even the amount to make the coffee.
What? Hold up. Wait.
Then another time she gave it to me and the coffee looked like dead Michael Jackson. So let me explain something. If you get my order reversed, that means you put 12 creams in and 3 sugars. So it looks like Michael Jackson. You remember when they had him, the white, they don't care about us, pasty Mike. That's what the coffee looks like. I don't like my coffee like that. So
yeah,
she did it 3 times, and then I had to come to a conclusion. Like I was telling another manager, either you're incompetent of the job, and I can't think a manager would be that.
Possible.
But I've ran into other managers, like a store manager. There's a couple store managers. One of them, she went off on me. She said I was just a black man that was upset that a white person couldn't make their coffee right. And I was like, well, if you could read and write and knew your numbers, then you wouldn't have a problem. And since you're the store manager, she said, I made them both the same. So it was a Mexican guy who looked like he didn't know English, and he really didn't, because I took the lids off. I said, did he look the same to you? He said, no.
No, sir. No, senor.
At that moment, she was hot. She like she lost it. She went off of me, and then someone. Here's the other thing. It burns my brakes. When a white person goes off of me, and then later on when a friend goes, she goes with a black person, or he dates a white woman. That doesn't matter. I feel for the white for the mate, because what is you saying? If you don't know me and you say this, what are you saying to somebody you're comfortable with?
Right.
And that gets me to Miss Comey. Did I think that's her name? I don't even know what the lady's name, the justice. I can't think of it right now because her name is not ringing in my head because I'm so pissed off that she ruled that it was okay to use the N-word, and then for people to say, well, if she would know she adopted 2 black kids. No. What is she saying around these kids?
Right.
Like, y'all are not looking at this from how we're looking at this. And if you have a child that is of color and you're of whiteness, do you understand when you go along with that, what kind of pressure you're putting on your kid when they grow up? Because you're putting them in a fake light,
right,
in a broken mirror of a reflection glass that is not real. And when they get the realness, it's going to break them.
Like,
I've seen it.
Get Out. It's kind of like Get Out.
It's like Get Out. It's really like Get Out. A lot of people do not understand. A lot of people have to get out of situations and mind states. It's really mind states at the end of the day.
Right.
If you go to ENC 96, there's a story about a police who a man beat his girlfriend up. They don't show the girlfriend, so I'm going with she's maybe Caucasian, and it's a black man.
Right.
Like 9 officers pull him over. He pulls into a shady thing. He has one hand out the window and the other hand up. They snatch his arm, knock it against the window as it's held out. And they snatch him out the car. They beat him. They tase him. They slam him on his arm. They're sitting on him and they're telling him to give him his arm, but they're laying on it. There's no way it's possible. So then they write up the report like, hey, he failed to pull over. He got in the car. He started to run.
He resisted arrest.
And we had to bring him to the ground.
Oh.
No, to the point of, this was on the records, to the police chief, when he seen the video, he said, we have a problem.
Serious.
because they know it's a mind state. And this is a city that has been through training. I'm not trying to put the city out there. You can go to the website. You can look it up. But this is a city that's been through training. So when you've been through training and you still going against it, it's a mind state. Like, it's a mind state that has to be changed. You have to think.
But how would you change that?
I don't know.
I mean,
man.
like really, like, how would you change a person that just like stuck in a certain way? Because, you know, they got that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But apparently it is possible. Well, but I mean, you got also ask that question, dude, did that person really want to change stuff?
Let's go back to Clayton Bigsby. You gotta ask yourself, do they got hate in their heart? So they got hate in their heart, hate is in the soul, it's running through the mind, and everything they see is built off that hate that's in their heart. It's in their core.
White power.
White power.
But it's a sad situation, because if you guys want to be treated equal, you want to be treated fairly, but you can't treat someone fairly or equal if you're not given the same. You know, you can't. It's impossible. Just like the 80-20 rule. You know?
I mean, here's the thing. When you really start getting into history and understanding who's who and where's where, who came from who, and who might have been slaves and who could have been prostitutes and who could have been only sleeping with black men through history, and then you change history and try to change it around, and the core value is still there, okay? And a lot of times people are scared for change. Look at whether you liked Obama or not, okay?
That was a slogan, though.
Change. And people were scared of change. So many things came from them being scared of change with Obama that affected us that we can't even understand it. The things that drive, like these Trump rallies that are happening today in Greenville. Donald Trump coming to the small city. It's because on Saturday, it was a parade. The city was jammed up with flags. It looked like Al Qaeda was coming to town. But now, you have to ask yourself, at the end of the day, do you really think they want to change? That's the bigger point. It's just like a drug addict. You can take them to rehab, you can get them out of help, but if they don't want to change,
right,
it ain't nothing you're going to do to change them.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if your kid's been slick, getting away with things for years, right? And you catch him, do you think he's still going to try to get away with it?
Some do, depending on the disciplinary.
Okay.
So
when
put it like this,
when the disciplinary, when them getting disciplined is gone, because they don't usually get disciplined.
But think about it too, like some of the discipline things that, you know, we try to inflict, you know what I mean, due to some of it's due to slavery, right? Because it's, you know, they try to keep us in line and everything else. But think about it. Do we get to the bottom line of why the kid does it, or are we just doing it just because we feel like that's the best thing to do, right? So put it like this. So say you're Timothy and you know, you go to school, you cheat on the test, right?
Okay.
You go home, you find out you got caught. You go home, you find out, or you know, you did something inappropriate and they make you write on the board like 100 times, don't say profanity or whatever. So then it goes to and says, okay, I'm going to give you a warning this time, but don't do it again, right? So you come back, you go do it again. This time, now I'm going to give you a behind whooping, right? Now, some people, it may work because all it takes is one, right? But then say say now this time, like, oh, you just really not listening. Oh, I got something for you. Go on the back and get the switch or whatever. You know what I mean?